Let's talk about greeting your tables. This is one of the most important steps of service. Your guest just came in and sat down. They're hangry, they're thirsty, they're tired after a long day, and they want to know that they're going to be well taken care of. So the first thing we want to make sure of is greeting our tables within 30 seconds. The time between being seated and having your server introduce himself can feel like an eternity, so it's important to greet your tables as soon as you can. And if you're not going to be able to make it within that 30-second window, just stop by, introduce yourself, and let your guests know that you're going to be with them shortly. It's as simple as, "Hi, my name is Nick. I'll be with you all in just a moment." And then you can take care of what you need to, come back when you have that time. The next thing we want to focus on is greeting with calm confidence, even if you have to fake it. So how do you fake that? Well, regardless of how fast you're running around the restaurant with your other tables, walk up to your guests like you have all the time in the world. Keep your voice calm, keep your pitch in that normal register instead of going up in pitch for your server voice. And keep your body language open. Stand tall, shoulders back, like you are in control of the entire situation. I like to thank the guest for dining with us. I find this a more genuine interaction than saying, "How are you doing today?" Because that tends to be very rhetorical and it doesn't really add anything to the dining experience. But if there's a better question that you can ask, now's the time to do it. "Hey, do you guys have an event that you're going to later? Any time that you need to be out of here by? Are there any allergies or aversions that the chef should be aware of?" These are great questions that add to the dining experience instead of just being that purely rhetorical question, "How are you doing today?" Now, if the menus are already on the table for you, then that's easy. Just make sure you're pointing out where they are, where they can find the appetizers and the drinks, and if there's any happy hour special going on. I never gatekeep happy hour. A lot of people dine out specifically for that purpose. Now, if you got $2 off of draft beers or $2 off a glass of wine or half-price cocktails, be sure to let your guests know. Now, if you have the menus in your hand when you're greeting the table, I always try to open the menus for the guest. This is going to help direct their attention from the conversation of the people that they're with and onto the menu where you can get them started with a drink or an appetizer. And we'll still take that time, especially if you have a separate cocktail menu, to point that out and list off any signature drinks, the Presidente Margarita, your flavored lemonades, whatever your managers want you to sell right now. Now, take a moment to offer a first round of drinks. Some of your guests are going to walk in and they already know what they're getting to drink. They have a favorite cocktail at your restaurant or just a go-to cocktail that they order every time they go out. And if they don't have an order ready, then it gives you the opportunity to answer any questions that they might have, guide them in the right direction, tell them what your favorite cocktail is at the moment. But regardless, it gives you that chance to get something ordered for the table. Maybe they want to do an appetizer, maybe they just need some iced teas, maybe it's just a round of waters, but you're getting that interaction started from the first trip to the table. Lastly, tell your guest where you're going when you leave the table. They're going to know that you're in control and that you have a plan of what you're doing next and when you're going to come back to them. "Hey, let me get those cocktails started out. I'll come back in a couple minutes. We'll talk about dinner then." As simple as that. That way, when you walk away, you're the one with the plan, you're the one in control, and you're really setting that tone to have a great dining experience for your guests. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.